today we're going down to Wisbech.
Yeah.
This will probably be the same video as the wash crossing, because I want to make it all at one, because it is technically the procedure of doing it this way.
Even though we're not doing it in the same day, but we don't want to be here any longer. God, it all started about the traffic 6:30 this morning, just continues.
Yeah, it's the only problem with here when you're more at the dog and doublet.
Oh, it's horrible.
But yeah, so we're going to just talk through what the preparations are. So initially you have to get in contact with the pilot, which is Darryl Hall, and our pit is details here and in the description, so you can get in contact with him. It was a little bit hard to find out his contact information online. I had to find out on an old blog, and I thought it would be an old number because it was from 2018.
Yeah, a few years ago.
But it was still his number, so that's good. I got in contact with him, and then you got to arrange a time, because there's only like
limited. Isn't
it? Every couple of weeks there's a tidal date when you can actually do it, because most of the time, or when there isn't, you can't do it, so you have to wait for the proper tides.
And the weather.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing, weather. It needs to be, at least under 17 mile per hour winds, because that's what we did last time, but even that's too much really. You won't really do it above 12, Darryl, and I think it's going to be about 5 to 8 miles per hour. So
well, that's what it said when we went with Jackie and Jeff.
Yeah.
It was about 8 to 10, and
you just don't know when you get out there.
17 to 18 miles per hour winds, but once you're out there, you can't do anything about it, can you?
And then, once you've got in contact and you arranged a date, then you need to get in contact with the lock here, dog and doublet. Well, there used to be a lock keeper, but there's not anymore. Here's the number for the guy you got to call, and that'll be in the description as well.
A guy called Lyndon.
Yeah, I don't think he's very good on the weekends, because we tried to do Saturday but we couldn't. So it's probably best to do it in the week. So we got to go down a day early, but we can stay at Wisbech Marina down there for a couple of days.
But you've got to make sure that they've got a pontoon there for you, really, because if you don't, you'll go down and you can't go anywhere. So
here's the number for him.
No, that's Andrew.
Yeah. And call him up, just say you're coming down and you want to stay for how long, and he'll let you know, and he'll tell you the procedure of how to do it.
Yeah.
We'll get onto that when we go down there, of how more up down there, because obviously we're going downstream. We need to turn around to come into moor, because you can't moor going downstream, it's too dangerous. So yeah, we got it booked for 10 o'clock, so it's 9 now. I've got to do some engine checks just to make sure. Got a life jacket, so it's 15 miles of tidal river. It's going to be quite fast, tide, because we're going to be going out on the outtide. So it's going to pull us pretty fast, and yeah, it's pretty boring, the 15 miles stretch, so this is why I'm not going to make a whole video of it. It's
a little bit like the 20-mile stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that as boring as that, but it is
Denver.
pretty boring. Yeah. We've got 2 cruisers joining us. They turned up really late last night, so they're going to be joining us. They'll probably go ahead of us, because
they're faster than us.
Yeah. As for sandbanks, there's not really any, because it's so straight.
Yeah.
As long as you stay in the middle, you'll be fine. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, of course. So fingers crossed, it all goes well. Yeah. Let's go. So this is Dog and a Doublet Lock, and the actual name of it comes from the pub that is here, because there's nothing else here. Well, it used to be a pub up until a few years ago when it shut down. The name originates from a Dutch landlady who knitted a doublet for her dog after it lost its fur, and the locals would say they'd been down to the Dog and Doublet. This is of course the last lock on the River Nene, and will take us onto the Tidal Nene. And as you can see, it's a bit of a beast. It was made this big to allow big ships to get to Peterborough. Here we are out on the Tidal Nene. And there's the Dog and Doublet again, sitting abandoned on the bank. A shame to see an old coaching inn like that go to waste. Hopefully it'll be restored and turned into a pub again. The River Nene was actually tidal all the way up to Peterborough, but only in 1937 did they put a tidal lock and sluice in, which is here. This is actually a man-made cutting, and why it's so straight, which was done way back in the 1470s, when Morton's Lane, a straight channel between Peterborough and Wisbech, was constructed by Bishop Morton. It was improved in 1570 and 1631. However, it was then superseded by Smith's Limb, a straight cut from Peterborough to Guyherne, made by the Bedford Level Corporation in 1728. While the tide is still coming in slightly, so we are fighting against it at the moment, but once it does start to go back out, we should get to about 7 to 8 miles per hour. Oh, no, they're not. They're horses. Look at the people, they're horses.
Oh, it's horses. Oh, you thought it was people.
What the hell? Curiosity. Oh, let's carry on. So much the tide's gone down already. We're now entering Guyherne, and over there is Oliver Twist, which is a pub, and there is actually some 48-hour EA moorings here, which is the last on the River Nene. Really for GRPs though, it's a bit short for us. That's a chimney there to what would have been a likely pumping station, which has now been turned into a house. Over the other side is a pumping station as well. Used to drain the fenlands around here. We're coming close to Wisbech now, and you can see all the way along the bank here is a flood defence, because you can get some really big flood surges and spring tides that can come close to topping that. We're coming into Wisbech now, and the current is getting pretty strong, and it's also getting curvy and narrower. And when it gets narrower, the current gets stronger. Wisbech is a market town in Cambridgeshire and has a population of around 30,000. It has the nickname of the capital of the Fens. It's got a lot of lovely old Georgian architecture too. The name comes from Anglo-Saxon. The first recording of this was in 656, where it appears as Wisbech, as in beach, like sand beach. Now of course it doesn't have the A, but it still pronounces Wisbech. If you remember, we went up the River Wissey, which was a tributary of the River Ouse. It used to run to Wisbech when it was tidal, so this could have been where it got part of its name from. In the past, the port of Wisbech could accommodate sailing ships of 400 tons, but its prosperity declined after 1852 when extensive river works impeded navigation. In the previous decade, it had been described as England's most important port for the export of wheat. In January 1978, there was a massive flood that took place here and caused extensive damage. And of course the water levels went higher than the actual walls, and unfortunately a 70-year-old woman even drowned, and 1,000 people had to be evacuated. After this, they built the walls higher. In 2010 they built more flood defences and built the walls higher, and in 2013 they were tested thanks to a massive insurge of water came in, and it came within inches of reaching the top of the flood walls. If that one came within inches, then one day there will be a tide which goes over. Of course, the port of Wisbech is still a commercial port now, which is what this giant ship here is doing. And now it's time to turn the boat around. This is the fun, exciting, nerve-wracking part. And I know what some of you are thinking. Why on earth are you turning around that way? All will be explained in a minute. So bad, was it? Now we successfully have turned around, it's time to head back to the yacht harbour and moor up, fighting against the outgoing tide. I might go and ask him for his drone footage.
What, do you reckon he recorded us? Do you reckon he recorded us turning around? That was an exciting turn, I loved it. I get a bit excited.
It almost was disastrous though, guys, because there was a miscommunication. I was signalling Mum to get over, when we go past the ship, to get over the other side so she could have enough room to swing the boat round. But then she starts turning that way and doing it that way, and I'm thinking, what's going on?
We're facing the right way, guys.
So Mum decided to do it the other way around.
But it's alright, it's done.
Which was lucky, the bow didn't go in between the bits of wood because, but we did it, hopefully. But yeah, make sure probably better doing it the other way around, like everyone else. Anyway.
We have to be different, guys.
Yeah.
We watched Minimum List do it and they done it from that side, but it was a little bit of lack of communication because Josh told me to go over that way and I'm sure he didn't say go over there. Doesn't matter, we've done it. Doesn't matter.
No, we watched their video and you've seen how they did it, so I thought you would have known that we were doing it that way.
I of their video, didn't I? So. And they've got a bow thruster.
But we managed to do it without a bow thruster.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of revs and we got
it's
round.
Just quite in here. It's funny because when you're out there, you don't really take much notice of the current, do you? But it's funny, as soon as you get into Wisbech, it just hits you, doesn't it, Josh?
Yeah.
The current, and you can really feel it.
I hope this is wide enough for us to swing round.
Oh, that's the point.
Because we're going to have to turn the boat around again soon.
It's not wide enough,
Well, where do we win then? Well, I think it is wide enough. Just about. What? You
just thinking, if you do it pivot, it's not going to be wide enough. Do a pivot going around that way. It's not wide enough. You can see that.
Oh God. So, well, I don't know where you win then.
I don't know. Darryl will probably sort that out, wouldn't he?
Hope so. Yeah. So we're here in Wisbech. We're going to go to the Aldi in a minute and get a few bits, and then I think I might walk back today and get the Z4, which is 15 miles. But has to be done. Because I need to. What we're going to do is we're going to meet Dad when he gets back from work. I'm going to meet him in Boston, leave the Aldi there, and then come back in the Z4, park here, and then when we get on the other side we come back, pick the Z4 up.
Got 60 litres of diesel there, so hopefully you can fit it in your car.
Should think so.
You've only got the little boot, haven't you?
Yeah, it's quite big actually. Anyway, yeah, we'll see you guys on Sunday, yeah.
When we do the wash.
Yeah, see you then. I was just about to do the intro, guys, and Daryl arrived, so just doing it on my own. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock on Sunday. We've got an hour before we go. Just waiting for the tide to rise. It's coming in. Yeah, we found out how much it is to stay here. If you're over 11 meters long, you get a 20% discount. So ended up being about £46 a night, which is pretty expensive. But it is what it is, and this is why I only wanted to stay here one night, but we couldn't because we couldn't obviously do the lock Saturday. But yeah, I did Friday I did walk back 15 miles and get the car as well. I had about a 3-hour break and got to the car. Well, I left about 5:30 and got to the car about 10 o'clock at night. It was, yeah, really exhausting. My foot is still aching. Yeah, it was a bit of a boring walk. Probably one of the most boring walks I've ever done. But yeah, I did it. Oh yeah, just walking along the straight bank and nothing really to see. I mean, you could see actually what was over the other side of the bank, which was quite interesting, but there wasn't really much. It was just flat land.
Yeah, so it's exciting today, guys.
Yeah, we've also got a mate coming.
You can't miss him.
No, you can't.
It's our mate Chris.
Yeah, who is the gentle giant.
Yeah, gentle giant. Yeah. So I think me and Chris might be sitting at the front. I reckon.
Yeah. Well.
Might have to bring those cans of water in.
Yeah, he's 6'7", so you can't miss him. He's going to be here soon. The weather's looking great. It's very calm.
Yeah.
Little breeze.
Little breeze.
A bit cloudy, but the sun's coming out.
It was out at 5 o'clock this morning. It was completely blue sky at 5 o'clock when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Oh yeah, last night, obviously, I had to leave at about 11:45 at night because I had to drive to Boston 45 minutes to meet Dad, who had to drive two and a half hours to Boston. And after he finished work, there was a regatta going on the River Severn, so he finished quite late.
Didn't finish till 9, did he?
No, so I met him there, and then we transferred all the stuff from the Audi to the Z4 because we want to bring the Z4 back because we need a car with more than 2 seats to come back and get Chris's car and my Z4, of course, because there'll be 3 of us driving back. So we have to leave the Audi there. We drove the Z4 back. I had the roof down the whole entire time, even though it was pitch black. But it was warm, so it was nice having the breeze.
Yeah, really hot. Hello.
Yeah, when it got Dad, and I went to bed about 1:30. So I'm pretty tired. I woke up at 8, but that's what it is. So yeah, we're just getting ready to go over and wait for Chris, and we also got to turn around who Daryl said he's going to take care of that, so we'll see how that
which
goes.
is good, because it's not wide enough here to turn around, so we'll leave that to him.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the other side. Let's go.
Enjoy.
I forgot to mention that, of course, we taped up every drawer inside. It wasn't long before the gentle giant Chris arrived.
Are we off already, for God's sake?
I don't normally wear this because
I can't do that. Can you do that, darling?
Yeah.
No. Oh my God.
What I mean. No.
You put it on like a backpack.
Just put it on like a backpack.
Yeah, put your arm in there.
Thanks. Yeah, also a little waistcoat. Same difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
I used to wear a waistcoat and I take that was big. Yeah. Oh yeah, Chris is doing the same as to me, is
Yeah,
it?
it is, yeah. They don't come down very far.
No.
They sort of, it does feel
I got these on eBay. These are ex-lifeboat ones.
Yeah.
And they gave brand new gas tanks and everything with it.
Very much attention.
They are.
There we go. Suited up. Well, that is going to be the end of today's video, guys. Part 1 of the Wash crossing. I did intend for this to be one video, but because I don't have many videos left to upload, I'm going to be too caught up, only be about a week behind, as of course we weren't cruising for a while. So now we've caught up with ourselves, and I'm also going away down to Devon for a week. But please join us next time in a couple of days where we cross the Wash. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you then. Bye bye.